Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Jessica Jones Tutorials. So today you're in for a bit of a treat. I know I haven't done one of these before and I don't know why. I need to start doing them more, but I'm doing a foundation wear test for you guys. I don't know if you are following me on Instagram, but I was in Las Vegas a few weeks ago with some girlfriends of mine, and there was the Morphe store inside of Planet Hollywood, I think it was. Yeah, anyways, great mall. And I was like, Morphe. Amazing. And they had their new Morphe foundation in there. And of course Ulta has it too and things like that, but they have more Jeffree Star products than Ulta has. I think they just got his brushes, which is awesome. Anywho, so I got the foundation and concealer from there, but I did have like a huge tan going on at the time because I was in Vegas. So I was like, need to look good, feel good, yes. And it looked great, but it's gone now. So I went back today to get my foundation and concealer. What I will tell you about this foundation is you should get shade matched. It's best if you go to a Morphe store because they're gonna be the best at doing it. But if you don't have one near you, hashtag I live in Austin, not Houston. Hate you guys for having one and not having one here, but it's fine. Go to Ulta and work with someone there to help you get shade matched because they don't go in the normal order that like foundations usually go. So, skin type, because I know that's always important for these videos, right? My skin type. I would say it's generally oily in the T-zone. I get oily like right here, like super oily right here, like a little bit here, a little bit here, and that's pretty much it. The rest of my skin can actually get dry, and I touch my face a lot, so anything that transfers is a no-go for me. Like I cannot have foundation that transfers because I just touch my face a lot. So that's all. I do get dry patches sometimes, but I've done a really good job of taking care of my skin lately, so I don't have any like huge acne to cover up either. I really just have redness, as you can see, and I have freckles, and so sometimes makes my skin look splotchy and uneven, so because they're like very faded right now, but it is almost summer. I also got the Morphe setting spray for you guys to see how that works. And I got a Morphe sponge because it's only $8, so why not? Because, you know, after those beauty blenders get used a few times, you're like, this is disgusting. And this is like a tiny little bullet, but I bet it blows up real big. Okay, so when I did have a tan, I was F270, and this is super dark. And what I've been doing is just mixing this in with any of my light shades right now, just to give a little more color to my cheeks. It's like mixing a bronzer. And again, this one is shade F210. They come in shades warm, neutral, olive, fair. Like they've got a bunch of different undertones to them. And just so you know, let me read the back for you, okay? So you can obviously see the shade difference here. But this is supposed to be a full coverage matte foundation, which it is. I've tried it, I'm telling you. 24-hour long wear, sweat-proof, transfer-resistant, and water-resistant. Free of oils, fragrance, and parabens. Great for all skin types. That's in Spanish. Anyways, that's all it says. I also bought the concealer. So the When I Was Tan, this one is in shade C165, and you're like, okay, that's actually pretty light, but I feel like this just matches my skin tone pretty much and blends into it. So I bought a super light one because I love doing like a super brightening concealer. So I also got this one in shade C155, and this one's like light. But you know what I was doing in my last couple of videos with the KKW Beauty concealer? Been loving that. Like adding like a super, it just makes everything else look darker and your face look more chiseled. So that's what we gonna do. Let me go wet my sponge. I'm gonna go in with F210, like I mentioned. So there's a full ounce in each of these, and I will say from using the darker color, you don't need a lot. Like this is very full coverage, so I just put a little bit on my finger, and I'm just going to take that one squeeze and put that on my 4 areas over all of this, and I'm gonna blend that in and then maybe apply more. Because it's super full coverage, you really just don't need that much, to be honest. Like I'll definitely need more than this just because I like more. But if you want like a light coverage foundation, you just put like a tiny bit on, like you saw, just like a teeny bit on my finger, and then spread it out because it is super good coverage. You could just even your skin tone if you wanted to. It's also a good way to save your foundation because it does get used up pretty quickly in my opinion. Like my other one's like practically empty. And I feel like it's because I was using way too much. All right, so let's add a little more. It's super buildable, super easy to apply. You can just squeeze it out onto your face if you really want to. I just like to control how much I'm putting on my face. But all these little baby hairs, anyone else have this problem? It's like, really? What is this? It looks like someone literally cut off my hair right here. It's like so bad. Just going to put a little bit on my eyelid so that all blends in. I like this sponge a lot. I don't think I've used this sponge before. I've used the other one that has like the sharp edge to it. I'm gonna just take the round side and take it down my neck. So everything blends in equally. Okay, so I'm looking at my skin and I'm seeing great coverage here. I'm still seeing a little redness popping through right here, so I'm gonna add a little more there. But overall, like the tone is really, really pretty and it blends out super easily. And you guys, this foundation is only $15. Like, yes, like this is such a good price for a foundation. And you know, in the summer, we change skin tone so fast. Like 1 week we're pale, 1 week we're tan, 1 week we're outside and we get sunburnt. And like, you know, we literally are changing shades and undertones so much in the summertime, I feel like, that this is a great foundation to go ahead and try because it's so cheap. You could get 2 for literally the price of 1 on the like the bougie side of Ulta. You know what I'm talking about? The side with like the Too Faced and stuff like that. I feel like that's super, super pretty. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, just for fun, is I'm gonna take the warm shade and I'm just gonna add a little bit of that to my finger. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on my contour area. I mean, I'm still gonna use like powder contour later, but I kind of have been liking doing this lately. Just warms it up a little bit more. It's like a natural bronzer. What do you guys think? Because it blends into everything else, right? It's not like weird or anything. Just a little more warmth to the face. And then this is a way also, if you don't have time to contour, you don't have time to like do all of that stuff, you can make yourself look a little bit more tan. Also, like normally I would add, if I was going out, I would probably add some to like my forehead, my chin, my nose, just to add more warmth to my skin and make myself look tanner while still matching my neck. So little trick there. I went and got spring nails done. I really like this color. It's like, I was a little pale at first and I'm like, well, I feel like it's actually really cute. And I love the coffin shape, so it's kind of my ride or die. Okay, let me show you the 2 concealers. So this is the darker one. This is probably gonna match my skin tone exactly. And we're gonna do this first just to get a little more coverage around the eye and around the nose. Yeah, that's probably good. Maybe a little bit here. But you can see it's literally like the same color as my foundation. So this isn't gonna do any sort of brightening effect. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out just to show you the coverage. I guess it did brighten up a little bit, just not very much. That's really good coverage. Yeah, I'm a fan of the concealer. It's kind of like a Tarte Shape Tape type thickness. So I don't know, I usually like to use like a really thin one for brightening and not do like a thicker one on top of it because I'm not trying to look cakey, but let's just do it for the video. Okay, so we're taking this in all of our highlight areas. And it's super bright. I mean, this is, again, this is shade C155. C155. And I know it's super light, but I like that. Again, taking it up to the brow bone of the eye. My nose area is always the one that gives me the biggest trouble. I just have a very, I don't know why, but I have a very sensitive nose. It doesn't like having a ton of product on it. It breaks up super easily, like right here. So when I do my nose contour, I have to be like super careful about it. So I'm 27. I have a few wrinkles already. I mean, they're not bad, but I have like some hereditary lines in my forehead from my father. Thanks, Dad. And then I have a few lines like right here where it's very easy for things to crease because again, I have lines there. And then I also have some smile lines. So when I smile, they're right here and they're pretty pronounced. And so when I'm not smiling, it's like, oof, it gets really cracked and cakey right here. And so throughout the day, I'm always taking my sponge out and pouncing it. So for me, I have never found a foundation that doesn't kind of just sit there a little bit. I've definitely found ones that make it worse and make it way worse. And this one I feel like does pretty well, and I'll show you throughout the day. I mean, we can tell if it's like really settling in and you're just like, wow, that forehead line, like she looks 80. That's not a good foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and set this with my Laura Mercier loose setting powder, and I'm gonna do my face like I normally do, which is patting it on here, and then patting it on the other side, patting it on my chin. So I'm always gonna put it on my T-zone, and then lightly bounce it over the rest of my face, whatever's on my face already. I don't like hardcore bake because my skin isn't that oily, if that makes sense, and I feel like baking on me can make me look super cakey, so I just realistically kind of just bounce the rest of it over my face. And see how I look like I have kind of a natural tan because I put the warmer foundation just on my cheeks? It's like a trick for bronzing. And then I'm gonna take my Morphe brush and just pounce over everything and make sure everything's brushed away. Again, I don't know why, but my skin will break up the foundation if I do too much brushing on it. So I'm a pounce and flicker. All right, so I'm gonna bronze with, again, like products I normally use, the Marc Jacobs bronzer. This one's fantastic. And I just love this one. I've already hit pan, as you can see, like just a lot of usage out of here. And right in the cheekbone. Ugh, these little hairs, like what the heck? Am I just wearing my hair up at night too much? I feel like maybe that's the problem. I'm just not careful with my hair. It's breaking off. Like my hair's literally broken. It's gonna take ages for that to grow back the same length as everything else. It's not okay. I'm super happy it's spring, you guys. Like, I love the warmer weather, having shoulders out, wearing shorts, although just kidding, I don't actually wear shorts yet, but I did just get a personal trainer and I've been filming some of the things she's been telling me to do and it's been working. So shout out to Lauren Logan. Thank you, appreciate you, girl. If you need a personal trainer in Austin, she is kicking my butt. But it's like what I need, so it's okay. I like to shorten my nose a little bit. I just have a long forehead and a really like long chin. It's like if you notice anything on Facetune, it's always like I shorten my chin a little bit just because it's so like out there, and especially when I turn my head, it's like boop. So I just push it in just a tiny bit. It's fine. And also in spring, summertime, we're not worried about having as chiseled of a tan line here. It's more natural, so I'm not gonna do any sort of cutting of the contour. Just kind of letting it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. And it would not be a springtime summer look without blush. Morphe did just come out with a new bronzer and they have some really pretty blushes, but they were all out of the bronzers at Ulta, so Ulta, stock up. For a warm blush though, you can pretty much use whatever you want, but I'm loving this one, the Papadone Peach. It's an oldie but a goodie. It has a little bit of a shimmer to it, so you don't even have to bother with highlight if you don't have time. And it's just a really warm peachy pink. it's just pretty. It adds a little sparkle to your eye, and you can blend it from your like contour shade, your bronzer shade, up into your cheek. And there, it's just like a little, hey, I'm here moment. I feel like my nose contour was maybe a little too dark, so I'm just taking my sponge, I didn't put anything on it, and I'm just going over it. All right, the last step to this face is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And this comes out, I think you've probably seen it, but it's like, it's like particles. I wish this came in just like a water form for if you're hot, you could just like put this in the fridge and it's like the perfect mister. Whew, I love it. All right, so it is 2 o'clock now. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face, and then we'll do a couple check-ins throughout the evening so you can see how this wears. Hey guys, so it's been about 3.5, 4 hours since the last time I talked with you guys. So the makeup's still holding up pretty good. I'm gonna give it that. I will say, looking in the mirror, like I do have like a little caking like right here in my mouth area, and I am seeing like a little bit of breakup like right here where I had some fallout from my shadow. Forehead is looking okay, got right up in there. It's not bad. I mean, honestly, it's like holding up pretty good, to be honest, for like being 4 hours in and like under these hot lamps and going downstairs and outside for a bit, and it's really humid outside. Mainly it's like this, and I don't know if it's like okay to like just do that real quick, honestly. I feel like we're doing good. All right, 4 hours in, we'll do a check-in in a little while. All right, last check-in. It is like 9:30, 10. I'm really tired. I'm about to take these lashes off and go to bed. Wash my face, that whole thing. So, looking at my skin, honestly, it looks really good still. As good as my skin can look at this point. I mean, we do have a little breakup like right here, and yes, I do have some settling in my lines, but like my dog was like licking my face. He's only like 3 months old, he's still a puppy, and it like stayed really nicely, to be honest. So I give this foundation a thumbs up. I think it's really, really good. I think you guys should try it out for sure. The concealer, now I am breaking up a little bit on the sides of my nose, and it could be from the fallout of the shadow that I use, so I'm not sure. I have to do more testing, but it seems good. But on the concealer, I think we just need a little more testing to really understand if that's what it is or not, but it's probably just my eyeshadow. Anywho, I'm gonna sign off. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Also, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on any of my future videos. Hasta luego.